we're good to go.
Okay, the meeting is called to order. Public appearances, number 2 on the agenda.
I don't see any, and I haven't gotten any emails.
Okay. Number 3, approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the March 2023 minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor of passing the March 2023 minutes, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Financial reports. Wendy, do you want to explain first, or do you want a motion?
Let's go ahead and do a motion.
Okay, then I will motion to approve both the financial register and overview.
So moved. All right, so just a few things to go over. So this is January. We typically have a lot of big bills that we pay in January. So what you're seeing here is completely normal, but looks sort of alarming if you don't know that, and mostly in account 290. So we've got print management, we've got Biblioteca, which is service on the sorter and self-checks, South Central, which is our member fees for the whole year. Quality Power Solutions is our service contract on the emergency lighting backup system. Coney is the 2 elevators. Johnson Controls does our fire, so our smoke detectors, our fire extinguishers, our duct detectors, all the fire safety. So this is very normal to see the money go out of this account almost completely in January. We've got a couple of outstanding, 1 or 2 outstanding smaller bills that will come through, but this is most of that, and that's fine. That's actually good. We like to see it that way. Let's see, flipping over to page 2, you'll see in account 340 that we've got a number of charges here that are noted as Friends End of Year Giving. So the Friends do an end of year giving fundraising campaign each year, and we decided this year, we talked with them in the fall and decided that we were going to do updates in the teen room. So we're updating the gaming systems and the monitor in there that they play on. So that's what these expenses are. So there will be a revenue that goes with that. So it is money that is coming in and going out, but it all sort of evens itself out. We're also going to be working on the doing some outreach, iPads for outreach and for youth, and building a little free library for the Southdale Library out of that money. So just wanted to note that. The expenses that you see in account 350, so we've got some hardware for shelving and shelving. We took some unused space in the story time room closet and put in quite a few extra shelves. Kevin and his guys did that. Tim's partly in youth and partly not in youth, so I don't know if I can say this in front of him. Youth services can never have enough storage space, so we're constantly looking for places to put it, and it was a fantastic place that is already in their little space. So we just put up as many shelves as we could fit in that closet. We put tables in there, storage, so anything above that height, we just put all the shelves we could get in there. It's going to be great. Then in account 355, shelving, so that is the picture book shelving that we purchased. This is, I think, the second half of that payment. And then the next one is a carpet sweeper. So that's a giant vacuum. It's very expensive, as you'll see. This was actually purchased in 2022, but did not arrive until January 3rd. And so we had to carry the money over into this budget and spend it this year. It is a very wide, self-propelled vacuum that is cordless. That is the only way that we can vacuum this whole library in a day. So I'm happy to have that. We are selling the old one to City Hall. So that works out too. Then you'll see a couple of things in 387 that are also one-time purchases for the year. So database subscriptions, we pay that in January. That's for the whole year subscription. Overdrive magazines, same way. Overdrive pool, same way. And Overdrive Advantage is the same thing. So we're just paying our dues for the year. You'll also notice that there's not an MG&E charge here. So if you recall, we pay twice in December and not in January. It's just the way it pans out. So that's not alarming, but not on here. And I wanted to just touch back, follow through with The question about staples, we had a number of staples purchases that were all $11.99, and they were in fact all different items. They were calendars that for some reason they shipped all separately instead of together. So we got charged separately. That's everything I have to say about the register and the finance report. Do we have any questions?
I do, Wendy.
Yeah.
On the financial overview.
Yes.
Account number 110.
Uh-huh.
We paid out $4,583, but it shows that we are at 100%. How is that possible?
Oh.
For the budget
That
review.
is not possible. That is an Excel error that we will look into.
Okay.
Good
Thank you.
eyes. Yeah, I didn't catch that. We will look into that.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
Account 290, first line, invoiced in November, but we're just now paying it.
So we paid it, but we prepaid it so that it would come out of this year because finance wants it paid in the year in which the service
Okay.
is received. We used to have to hang on to those until actually January, and then we would just get emails like, why haven't you paid this? Why haven't you paid this? And we finally figured out a way to prepay it, but still charge it to this year. But good catch. All right.
Anything else? If not, all in favor of passing the financial register and overview, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Did everybody opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Unfinished business, number 5. Wendy, do we have anything?
We do not.
Okay. New business, the 2022 post-audit financial report.
So let's have
You
a
want to
motion.
explain first, and then we'll make a motion?
Let's do a motion and then discuss.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve it?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the last time you're going to have to look at this one because it has been through the audit process. You saw this last month. The only changes in here were actually in our favor. So there were a couple of things through that either were late coming in as revenue or I think got taken out. So we had one account that $35 got bumped to this year from last year or had been double charged. I think it had been double charged. So that came out. So that was an account 340. $35.25 so the expenditure decreased for that. And then we had 3 revenue accounts that I think had just not caught up to the end of the year. So we're up about $1,000. So you'll see in the pink box what we're putting into fund balance. I think the last month was $81,000. Now we're $82,000. So everything here looks good. There were a couple of things that were overspent that I will keep a closer eye on. One was utilities, and one was life insurance. So we will keep an eye on that. Nothing out of, I think, what's reasonable. And we certainly had enough money to cover everything. So I'm happy with how this came out. Does anybody have questions? Okay.
Wendy, do we actually need to approve this? I'm wondering, since it's an audit done by an independent group, correct?
It is. I wouldn't mind you
So-
approving it just to say that you have seen it and that you're
Okay.
aware of where we ended up at the end of the year, especially with the fund balance.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor of passing the 2022 post-audit financial report, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. President's report, number 7. I just wanted to thank Mark for his service and Jay Allen, since this is their last meeting.
Yeah.
So thank you very, very much for all you've done and showing up and reading everything. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
That's moving on to library director report then, March 2023.
Okay, so a couple of things to update you on. First, coming up, we have a staff in-service coming up on May 3rd, so the library will be closed that day. We have some master gardeners coming to help us rehab some of the front planters on the patio to turn them into pollinator gardens. So they won't be here that day. We are just doing the prep work. So we're having dirt and compost and mulch delivered, and we're making a layer cake they told us to make in the planters deep enough to handle, and then they'll come back in, I think, in either like mid to late May to do the planting. So we've ordered the plants. They were actually able to go through those beds and pull out some stuff that we could save. And so we have that out in kind of storage in the other beds to put back in. For people that don't like to be outdoors gardening, because we did hire them for library work, they can stay inside and shelf books. So we've got a little work for everybody. Update on the Memorial Day closure. So South Central Library System is moving, and they are having to move all of the servers and equipment, and we were sort of waiting to see how much we thought we would be able to do with them being down, and it turns out very little. So the current plan, we will be closed to the public on Saturday, May 27th, Sunday, May 28th, Monday, May 29th, and Tuesday, May 30th. The staff will be off, so everybody that would have worked that weekend will just shift into the week. That's not a problem. We will have staff in the building working on Tuesday. We have a couple of connections that we can use. We can get internet from the city, so we can get the system, fingers crossed, we can get the system up and start checking in 4 days of returns, and hopefully get ourselves in some sort of order to be able to open then on Wednesday. We had talked about trying to open at some point on Tuesday, but without knowing when things are going to come up, I think it will just be frustrating to people if we try to open and we don't have internet. So that's the current plan. I have talked to a number of other libraries in the area, and it seems like everybody's doing something similar. So yeah, fingers crossed all that goes smoothly. Let's see. Thank you, Mark. Card for you. Thank you for your service. Sorry, that didn't quite make it to you. Yes, thank you for all of your time and effort, and congratulations on retirement. I hope
Thank
it's
you very
awesome.
much. I appreciate it.
Yes. And thank you, Jay, who's not here, but we will have a new Alder representative next month. Jim Wheeler will be joining us, so that's good news. And I think that is everything for Director's Report.
Thank you. Committee reports, number 9, strategic planning.
Nothing for strategic planning.
Okay, facilities.
Okay, facilities, couple of updates. So, as we all know, the chiller is on its last legs. It has been doing okay. We're running half of the compressors, and knock on wood, it's been doing all right. They have ordered the new one. There is a 30 to 32 week lead time to get it here, which puts it here in October. So we're working with Strand as the consulting engineering firm that is kind of planning the whole project. They currently sent us a calendar planning to start installation November 27th, and it would run for 12 weeks through February, which is a terrible time to be without a chiller. So I think we're probably looking at having to do a temporary heating situation. We have a meeting with Strand next week to talk kind of about the details. We have kind of talked over all of the possibilities of can we get the equipment and not install until the spring, but then I think we're gonna probably, like the warranty, if it comes with a 1-year warranty, we're halfway out of warranty before we even hook it up. So we'll be asking some questions about if we could hold off on the warranty until it is installed. I don't know if they'll let us, but we will ask. I don't know. I will keep you posted. I don't know where this is going to go. It's kind of terrible timing, so we'll see. I think we may have needed temporary heating anyway if this chiller can't get us through winter, so it might just be doing it before that happens, so maybe that's the best way to go. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think there's also a possibility that we are going to have to shut down the back half of the parking garage for staging, because I think that's where they're going to have to pull it in and have all of the parts and pieces and take the old one out. So that's going to be interesting as well. So I will keep you posted as we learn more. I mean, the good news is that we got to order the chiller, so we're making progress.
Wendy, were you surprised by the 12 weeks installation?
Yes, and I have a lot of questions. I was originally maybe not going to the meeting next week, but now I am. Yeah, that seems astronomical to me. But also, I don't know how chillers work, so maybe it's legit. We'll see. I'll ask. All right, next thing is the CIP for the conference room that we're going to add in the gallery space. So I priced everything out with Deb Hafner from South Central, and I think I shared this with you, but it looks like we can put in a wall that doesn't go up into the ceiling, so we don't have to actually do construction. The carpet doesn't have to come out. We don't have to go like 3 feet above the ceiling, which you would have to do if it was an actual structural wall. It can have a door in it. It can have glass windows. So there's that cost. There's furniture for in there. We're going to do 4 tables like this, so it's a little bit more flexible. You can move things around instead of, we've got one big fixed table in the other room that doesn't give you a lot of ways to change things. I think we will take the set of chairs that are in there and put them in this room, because we're going to turn that into a staff conference room and we don't need as many chairs. So we'll get different chairs for that room. We will need a monitor on the wall. We'll need, hookups for HDMI, for audio. The lighting needs to be switched out. So there's a number of different things. Probably need more power in different places. So there's a number of things that we have to do. I priced that all out, put it together, and it came out at about $35,000. So that is going through the CIP process right now, but it looks like we should be able to start that in January. And that is using fund balance money that we've saved. So that's good news. That is everything.
Wendy,
Yeah.
can we go back to the chiller?
Yes?
I'm sorry, I have a bunch of questions there.
Sure.
So we're going to have this installation, if I understand it correctly, in November for 12 weeks. The library will be without heat at some portion of that. Do you know, not yet, how long you think we will be without heat? Because I'm thinking frozen pipes and burst pipes and books gone. And
So apparently what you do is you get a temporary chiller on a trailer and you patch that into the building somehow. I don't
do
exactly.
we know the cost on that?
No, and I know very little about that. So that's what we're hoping to find out next week.
Okay.
Yeah. I have been bragging for 12 years that we only have one gas line into the building, and now I think I'm going to have to eat my words, because I think we may need to tap into it to run a temporary heating system. I don't know. I don't know if it's a boiler, or I don't think we can tap into geothermal because of the placement. They've talked about having to park it in the book drop lane. I don't want to do that. I don't know. So there's a lot I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
And
working.
you'll find out.
Yeah, I'm working pretty closely with Kevin. He's going to be heading up the project, and also with Tim Volkers, who is the new Public Works Director. So I will share more as I have it.
Thank you.
So I am definitely going to be involved, just for I want to really minimize this for staff and for patrons as much as we can. So I don't think we're going to be closed a lot. I mean, that would be my goal. I guess I shouldn't say that until I know more. Yeah. It's an interesting project, for sure.
Thank you.
All right, that's all I have for facilities.
Okay, personnel.
Personnel, I think I've already announced it, but Tim is here as the administrative assistant. And we have posted the youth services manager position. It goes through the end of the month, and then we will do interviews, I think, on the 10th, and then maybe a second round of interviews. We'll see. I'm hoping to have somebody in place by, actually, that Tuesday that we're closed to the public. I would like to have that person start that day and be able to kind of do some training and get the lay of the land and see how things work. But who knows? That may work out, that may not. But that's sort of the timeline that we're looking at. So yeah, congratulations, Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's all.
Do we have any announcements besides the next library board meeting is Wednesday, May 17th at 5:30?
That's all.
Is that it for
Yep.
announcements?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then I need a motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, John. All in favor of adjourning at 5:49 PM, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. See you all next month.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Safe trip.